One. All right, we're on. Hello, hello. Welcome back to another live Zoom. Today we're going to be talking teen health, and then we're going to switch gears and then just talk about sharing doTERRA. And that applies not to those of us building the business, but just anyone, because once you start experiencing the life transforming effects of these oils, you want to share them. So that's kind of the game plan for today. As always, if you have any oils near you, let's go ahead and apply them. I'm gonna apply Thinker, the Focus Blend that's on sale this month. Ever since they announced that it was on sale, I've been going to it a lot. I love it. It's a very light scent. So let's just apply some oils, take a few deep cleansing breaths, and just kind of come into this space of learning about these wonderful, precious oils. Oh, I smell the vetiver in this one. It is so nice. Have you guys smelled this one yet, Thinker?
No, but if you can actually make Thinker using elevation and a little more orange, and it smells similar, because I have a friend who is interested in the Thinker, but her son wanted to smell it, and I don't have it. So I blended the elevation and more orange in it, and he is in love with it.
We can always come take this. I mean, look at this thing. It's probably 2 years old, and it's still practically brand new, but we'll be using that a lot. So this is one of the ones that's on sale this month. Honestly, I think we should probably just go ahead and start talking about those ones that are on sale, because all three of them, those roll-ons, they can all help with teens as well. So our focus is on teens, and we're going to kind of hit different areas in terms of how we can support their emotional well-being, their physical well-being, their spiritual well-being. But everyone's mind is on back to school, right? So these oils, you're gonna want them as we go to virtual learning or homeschooling or whatever format schooling looks for your children. These oils are super good for focus, especially because none of us have been in like school mode, right? Everyone has just been hanging out, doing their own thing, and now we unfortunately have to start thinking of that. So this month they have the Thinker blend, which is from the kids line, but anyone can use it. It's a very light scent. There's also, what you got for us, Leanne?
Intune.
Intune. I can't really see the writing.
That's okay. Intune.
What does that one smell like? I have it.
It's really rich and chewy.
Okay, so that's the one with all the woodsy one.
This is the hippie blend.
Yeah.
But I personally used it. I know I talked about it several episodes ago. In focusing to, work on homework, to work on, work, going to a meeting and needing to be alert during a meeting, those types of things.
Yeah.
So it is woodsy and hippie smelling.
So that would be more for those of us who like more of those earthy smells. This one is a very light smell. And then the Motivate, that one is much more uplifting, right? It's got the citrus.
Citrus, and then coriander, basil, melissa, rosemary, and vanilla bean.
Yeah, it's a good one. So there's 3 different options. Just taking a roll-on, popping that on your wrist, that can do amazing things for helping us get focused, for studying, for test taking, etc. So that is something that is very important. I'm going to take just a couple minutes. What do I want to start off talking about? Wow, our teenagers, they're tough, aren't they? Our teens are going through a lot right now. We have all been home for the most part. They've not been in school. They've not been with their friends. But everyone's still connected. Everyone is connected on those phones. And as Leanne knows, we were just kind of discussing the other day, there's a lot going on. And their mental wellness is at the most important right now. Like right now, we need to be focusing on our kids. Especially the teenagers, because they're seeing things in real life, they're talking to their friends, but it's also hard living at home all day and being together all day long. So that being said, I know for my teen, thank God, he's been doing this for so long, he gets up and he oils up. So there are little things we can do. We can have a diffuser going all the time. I literally have diffusers going because this is just such a nice way to disperse in the air. It's killing airborne pathogens. It's relaxing everybody. So that's a great thing. And then I feel like adaptive is what I am recommending to most parents, most moms that are coming to me and saying, my kid's really stressed out, like a little bit worried. This is an amazing blend. Like the research, the science behind it to support the mental wellness, not of just our teenagers and children, but for us. So I'm going to recommend checking out Adaptive. It can make a world of difference. Just roll on, roll your wrist, roll behind the ears. And in just a few moments, that nervous system will naturally start to calm down. The emotions will calm. Teenagers are very emotional, right? And so I wanted to talk about that. And then Brave. Brave is another one that's from the kids line. This is one we don't use a whole lot, but our kids are being asked a lot these days, and our nerves and everything, they're affected. And this is just a nice one to kind of put on. You can put on your heart. I like to make a heart symbol. I don't know, I'm weird. But that's that one to just help make everyone feel a little bit better. Leah's going to talk about acne, and she's got some really good information to share, but I wanted to quickly mention it as well. My 13-year-old, about 6 months ago, had a lot of breakouts, and he eats pretty well. We try to keep the sugar down. He exercises, he sleeps, like all the other boxes were checked, had to be hormonal, right? So I got him this, and immediately his face is cleared up. It's a great face wash, and then like a little on the spot when we have breakouts, and then a moisturizer. So this is super good for teen facial care. And then another thing, the importance of keeping our kids active, right? So we got to start getting back on a routine, and everything affects them just like it affects us. So if they're not working out, they're not moving their bodies, it's going to affect them. So get your kids working out, work out with them, or come up with a system. And then you may need some support. So Deep Blue and the Rescuer blend that can just be applied topically if they have any areas of soreness. And sometimes our soreness and our pain in our body comes from emotions too. Everything is connected and tied in. So that can help with that as well. If they're dealing with a lot and having some aches and pains, we all tend to carry that stress here, our shoulders, our hips, our feet, knees, etc. So that's what I have to share as far as supporting our teens. I feel like they're the same as us, right? Like all of their needs are pretty much the same, and wellness as well should be well-rounded for them as well. And I feel like I'm learning with my kids and teaching them, and we're learning from each other. And they're really like my family. I think because I got them started so young, the oils are just part of our lifestyle. So even my 6-year-old will come up to me and be like, "Mommy, something hurts. I need an oil." Like that's the first thing she asks for. So I'm pretty happy that I got them pretty trained. So that's my spiel on supporting the emotional, mental, and physical health of our teens. Leerin, it is your turn, girl.
All right. So I know both of you, but everybody else out there, I'm a big face mapper. And it helps me, reading about face mapping, and it will tell you what is going on in your body. So forbid my dark circles because my allergies are bothering me. But
I can't say
so I will explain really quick, and then Monica's going to share some pictures with us. So your forehead and your forehead is your digestive system. So if you, and it's not just for teens, it's for us as women also. If you're getting acne in your forehead area, it's usually your digestive system, stress, or sweat. So think about it. Have you been constipated? Think about, if your child has it, when was the last time they went to the bathroom? Who wants to ask their 13-year-old boy that? But
I think when you become a parent, like, you just talk about poop all the time, right? Like, it's just normal.
Your temple areas, dehydration, stress, and excess oil production. I know I personally get a lot of excess oil here, because, like, how many times do we sit here like this looking at a computer and our hands with lotions get right here on our skin? So really important to make sure those areas are clean. Right here between your eyebrows, dehydration or greasy foods, too much alcohol. Our teens aren't going to have that, I hope. Your nose. your nose is going to be blood pressure, poor circulation, salt intake. So salt intake. When my daughter Callie gets a pimple right here in her nose, I know that she has been eating too much salt. She has a kidney issue, so she actually has to have 3 of the Nalgene bottles a day. And if she breaks out in here, either she's had too much salt or she's not drinking enough water. So time to start increasing the water. All right, cheeks, lungs and respiratory system, allergies. It's starting to get to be ragweed season. Dirty pillows, cell phones, hopefully not smoking, and then poor air quality, pollution. Hormones are around the lip area. Us women know about that. Ovulation, reproductive issues, menstruation, and then your little chin area, also reproductive, but it's also related to your stomach and your kidneys. So greasy foods, again, dehydration, and your hormones. Jawline, I don't get those that often, but I have once in a while. But it's related to your hygiene in your stomach, and then your neck could be thyroid or an illness going on. Actually, now that I think about it, the one time I had one like right here, it's because my stomach was bothering me.
Wow. That is so interesting, isn't it? Like, how that can just tell you what's going on, depending on, but the body is always talking to us, isn't it?
Yes.
The body is always telling us something. And if it's off, if something's off, it shows.
So if you want to put one of the pictures.
Let me share this really cool, this image. You want to do this one first?
So that's one I was just talking about. Yeah. This is my favorite one, and I can send it. I'll post it on the East Coast, so that everybody has it. Yeah. But this is my favorite one because it really breaks it down. But I mean, if you get a breakout and you go look at the map, you'll be like, oh my gosh, that is so me right now.
Yeah.
And then the other one.
Let me get that for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You see it?
I don't.
Okay. 1 second, please.
I see you.
Let's do that again.
All right. She's pretty.
Yeah. I like her numbers.
So this one shows, a little bit of the same thing. It's a lot of times your teens are going to have their acne because of dehydration. They're drinking their sodas. They're drinking their energy drinks, and they're not drinking enough water. Yes, it's totally gross sometimes. I like the vitamin water a lot, and I like the sugar-free Powerade. These are Vitamin Water Zeros, and they have the vitamin C and B's and magnesium, where the Powerades are a lot of your B vitamins. I personally like them because they help with my migraines. Because sometimes you get dehydrated and you have to put those B vitamins back into you. So making sure the kids drink water. It's gross, but finding an alternative for them to like it. Again, Callie has to drink half her body weight, so 60 ounces plus another 30 a day. That's 90 ounces a day.
Yeah, but that's good.
So in order to keep her kidneys flush. So we do the sugar-free flavor packs from Walmart. And we've been doing that since she was young, just to make sure she gets her water. But making sure you drink your water, no greasy food. I mean, if they're eating greasy foods, you can tell. Also, back acne. So I'll see back acne on a couple kids, and it can be a key to not showering after sweating. So going and working out, doing a sport, and that t-shirt is sweaty on their back, and not getting a shower after that and cleaning their back well. Hair, as you know, let your hair down. If your hair is dirty, it can leave oils on your back, and then unhealthy eating. So solutions for that are going to be showering. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Sunscreen, and then tea tree oil. So tea tree oil, which is actually in the HD Clear, along with some hoe wood.
That always makes me laugh too. We're so immature.
Eucalyptus, geranium, black cumin, and Litsea. I love the smell of it, actually.
I do too.
I actually have my own roller bottle in my room.
Neat.
Because as an adult, we still get acne because of hormonal.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, right there.
This is my area right here. So I was just looking at the thing. I was like, oh, okay, hormones and stress. That's my area.
Yeah. But you can make a roller bottle of the tea tree oil with some fractionated coconut oil and put it on the spots on their back. I also mixed up some tea tree oil, lavender, and On Guard, and Callie's been using it on her pimples, and it has actually been helping clear it up a little bit better and not leave a scar. And let's talk about feet.
Yeah. Do
they stink?
Yeah. Teenagers' feet? What? Yeah.
Tea tree oil. So a tea tree oil spray can fight any kind. It's an anti-fungus. Spray it in the shoes. Spray it on their feet when they get out of the shower. Whatever.
Keeping it nice and clean and
because
bacteria free. Yeah, that's what's going on. I have a tip for the shoes. You can do this with any shoes. Take some baking soda, sprinkle it in there, and then a drop or two. Purify is a really good one because it's such an odor neutralizer. And then just vacuum it out, and there's zero smell. So I used to do that a lot more. I don't know, maybe my kids are washing their feet better, but I don't really smell it. Can I tell you guys real quick? I just put that on, and I can taste it. Isn't that so crazy? Like I can taste something. That's how quickly these oils work. Immediately start to integrate through our whole system, and I was just like, wow, what does that taste? Oh, that's HD Clear. Tastes a little funny, but it works.
Yeah, this is out of Callie's bathroom. So it's cheaper to buy the 3-set.
Yes.
I wish they offered it as a 2-set also, because I don't need to buy this every single time.
It's often. Yeah, but this stuff, this is amazing, and this is not just for kids either. Like this, this can be for anyone that's experiencing some breakouts or whatever. I'll use this sometimes in the shower, the foaming face wash, just to kind of mix it up. I use the Barrage typically, but it works really well. It works really quickly.
Amy, Jill, do you guys have teens or?
I do not have any kids yet.
Well, so save these notes for a few years.
Oh, yes, I have notes.
But like we said, all of this stuff is applicable to us as well. I mean, that is the oils, right? And Jill, your kids are not there?
I have 2 boys at home. One is 19 and one is 16, almost 17.
Oh, yeah.
17 on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you know all about that, the teenage.
Stinky boys.
Teenage
Love them, but they stink.
Stinky boys. And they're loud, very loud, right? Like, can you guys hear that going on in the background? Like, what is going on? I told them I was doing a live Zoom. And like, what? It's singing. They're like so loud. The dog is running around, whatever. It's all good. Yeah, so this stuff is really good for all ages, any ages. Do you have any questions about the products that we showed or talked about, or?
So you're talking about, because I do know someone who has that whole back acne going on. So it was the tea tree oil with the coconut oil, or was it you said, Leanne, there was tea tree lavender and On Guard?
So you can use tea tree oil, yes, on the back. Okay. But so if you can buy the HD Clear, it has the tea tree in it. Or if you don't want to purchase the HD Clear, you can make the bottle yourself. And I did just one of the little mini bottles to see if it would work for her. Okay. And I did actually, I did 2 and 2 tea tree, 2 On Guard, and 2 lavender, but it was just a tiny little bottle.
Yeah,
what are those?
So like a 5 milliliter?
5 ml. Yeah, so that sounds about right, because on average, depending on what you're making, like that's why we love the roller bottles so much, because you can take your oils and make any roller bottle that you want. But on average, these 10 ml, I mean, depending on what it is, 10 to 20, 25 drops at the most, and then top it off with the fractionated coconut oil. And that's for anything. So I made one too for a person in my family who has a lot of back acne, and I'm not gonna lie, I do like to pop it. I am a pimple popper, so I will clean the back. I was like, am I gonna share this? I mean, there's a show, right? Like that lady is doing her
satisfying.
I can't watch that, but that's a little bit too much. So you kind of like clean the back, and then I take this and I just like spot everywhere, or the Melaleuca one. And like I said, I think I put like 10 drops of Melaleuca and then the rest fractionate coconut oil. So it's, we have options, we have choices when it comes to this stuff.
I just added the On Guard because it's so versatile. And it can help fight anything else that the tea tree can.
Yeah, and if you're putting On Guard on your spine, I mean, that's fantastic because for the immunity support. So, yeah, I mean, there's no right or wrong way when it comes to mixing. And, like, I think me, Laren, and probably Karen and Renee have got to a point where we can just, like, mix stuff up and just, like, go with it because there's so many different recipes out there, and it can get very overwhelming and confusing. But I think if you stick to the basics, like that 10 ml, as long as you're putting 10 to 20-ish drops of whatever, you should be good to go. And using the fractionated coconut oil will help the oils actually help absorption. It helps for our bodies to really be affected by the oils. It doesn't dilute. It doesn't make it less potent. If anything, it can help. So from our mentors, we hear a lot, like dilute. It's very important to do that. It's part of the process of using the oils.
So when you're making the roller balls, you had said you put the oil in first and then the fractionated coconut oil. Is that like a hard and fast rule, or is it just the way you happen to do it?
That's just the way I do it.
So
It doesn't really matter. It's just as far as like how many drops. So when I make my own adaptive roll-on too. This is one that I made. So I ran out and then I took my adaptive oil and I put 22 drops. That's just what I do. That's one of my numbers. So I put 22 drops in there and then just top it off. For me, it's easier to see it because, you know, if you go too high, then you might run out of space. But I reuse these too over and over again. Once I get a roll-on, like a roll-on bottle, just continue to use these same ones.
Also with teen health, stomach problems.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. Good idea, yeah.
Peppermint beadlets are really great to keep in mommy's purse. My mommy actually keeps it in her purse, and she hands them out to anybody. I mean, oh my God, she'll be anywhere at a doctor's office.
That's
and
good.
Like, oh, here, have a peppermint pearl.
A peppermint pearl, that's what she calls it. I love it.
So peppermint beadlets are equal to 20 drops of peppermint oil, I believe.
In one?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I think it's only a quarter. So if I'm not mistaken, I've read this before. I think it's a quarter of a drop because one drop of peppermint oil is super powerful. It's the equivalent to 22 drops or 22 bags of peppermint tea. I knew there was something with 20. I was like, that's a lot of oil in one little drop, Leanne. Yeah, it's okay. No, so the peppermint beadlets, I think it's a quarter of a drop of oil, which is not a lot. So, but it works really quick. I was actually going to bring those over.
It's also really good for freshen breath up.
Yeah, pop one in your mouth, forget about it. Like coffee breath or whatever. Smokers, you pop one of those things, you have fresh breath, like super fresh. It's just too much for me. I'm a weakling and I'm like,
If you don't have the beadlets, can you do the actual oil in your mouth or is that too much?
You can, if you can take it.
It's too much? Okay.
Everyone's different, Amy. Like Renee takes it, like Renee drinks it. She can like she likes it that harsh. For me, I can't. I can put it on my thumb and then put it to the roof. That's the only way I can take peppermint. Because if I've dropped it on my tongue and I'm like, this is just too much. Like I like peppermint, but it's for me, it's too much. So, but by putting it to the roof, that also freshens breath, gives you energy, helps with your stomach, etc., etc. But Leanne, stomach issues. So this is one of the biggest things parents come to us about. To me, when children are in school, there's a lot of stomach aches going on, and it's not necessarily like physically what's going on, but anxiety, anxious feelings, nerves, all of that can absolutely affect the stomach, and we hear a lot of tummy issues. So the peppermint beadlets, peppermint itself, you can do a roll-on, have a roll-on ready to go, but that's going to help calm the stomach and also calm the emotions and the nerves, because again, it's all connected, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Anything else, ladies? Do you have any questions, any additional questions?
Well, you're talking about stomachs. Caraway is 10% off this month, or it's free.
Yeah. Oh, it's free. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was learning about that one. It's a really good one to have. I kind of don't know anything about it. That's why we need to start studying these oils A to Z, right?
Well, caraway is that little seed that's in rye bread.
Oh, okay.
When you have a Reuben, that's a caraway seed.
Okay.
But caraway is also in the digestion list.
Yep.
And it helps with stomach issues. So let's see. It's really good combined with peppermint to help with reflux and stomach spasming and stomach pains.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So if you get your order in, if you're on your loyalty rewards order and you get 125 PV, you get that for free. I love that they're giving us all these different ones, right? Because that's important too.
Yeah.
I was just talking to Amy about that earlier this morning. It's so important for us to continuously expose ourselves to different kinds of oils because it's just, and I can speak from just personal testimony, like I am so much healthier now than I ever have been. And all the issues that I used to deal with, I just don't anymore. And it's just from using the oils continuously and using different ones.
Well, I will add in, we've been talking about the LLV. I got to find that piece of paper, but I can't find it. I started the LLV 3 months ago.
Yes.
And I got my blood work back and my triglycerides dropped 200 points.
What?
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
You have got to share that. You know what? I need to go back and get my blood work done, and I will share that because it is amazing to see just taking these supplements. These supplements are life, aren't they? Like they are life. It is the very first thing I wake up, I go straight to my supplements. Because if I miss one day, I can feel it. I can feel it here.
I just started taking them on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Over the weekend, and so I'm trying to see that triglyceride information is awesome. Though I'm gonna have to look forward to my next blood work.
Yeah. Your blood work will. Honestly, a lot of our mentors, those supplements are what got them on. And I mean, all you have to do is take your blood work before it's start. That's what I did. I was like, I presented my supplements. I'm like, here's what I'm taking. Take my blood work, and then I gotta go back. So I'm due. I'm very interested to see. But that's awesome, Leerin. Like. That's proof right there.
I am not a pudding. What?
I said that's proof in the pudding right there.
I don't take any cholesterol medications. And I don't because of the side effects. They drop my blood pressure, they drop my pulse. I get very sleepy with them. I run a low-grade fever.
Wow.
And high cholesterol is really big in my family.
Yeah.
My dad had a heart attack at 48 years old.
Wow.
His heart stopped in the back of the ambulance and they had to shock him. So I'm the only one out of 3 kids that has high cholesterol.
Oh, yeah.
But mine went from
genetics.
Yeah. But mine went from 442 to 224.
That's amazing. That is really good. Are you just taking half a dosage or are you taking it all? Or what is your game plan for using that?
I was doing the sachets.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing either a half a packet or a whole packet once a day.
Okay.
Just once a day.
Right. Yeah, that's all I'm at. That's all I've been at for the last year and a half is half of the dose. What about you, Jill? Are you doing half dosing? That's usually recommended.
Okay. Well, it's good to know. I started taking a full dose.
Yeah.
I'll probably drop to half then because.
I mean, if you're feeling okay, I'm not dissuading you because that's gonna just overall. But a lot of times, it's recommended you take half to get your body used to it. And like some people, I think Leerin was saying your dad was like experiencing some negative side effects because we start to detox. So that's just keep an eye, but I mean, if you're feeling great, I immediately felt great on mine. I had zero like negative side effects or detoxing or anything going on. I started taking it and I was like, okay, now I see how powerful these things are, but it's up to you. Yeah. I mean, if you're cool, I want to start increasing mine. I was just thinking that just to kind of up my ante, my nutritional needs. Like I need a lot more help. I just feel like it's pump me in some good stuff every single day. And then whatever choices I make after that, it's whatever, right? Because I got my supplements. But that's good. That's awesome to hear.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Keep on. And you're just gonna like right there, black and white, right? It's right there that these are helping you without medication, without anything. I wanted to share real quick too. I guess we can kind of switch gears and talk about sharing doTERRA. So once you start seeing how powerful these oils are, you're going to want to share them. And not sharing to build a business, but just sharing because you know they work. You know that we have options, and you know that they're plant-based and there's no side effects as opposed to a lot of pharmaceuticals. So I was just in the store and I heard the two cashiers talking, and one was saying how she has to clean her house and all those harsh chemicals, and she has to open up the doors and air it out, otherwise she gets a massive migraine, and just like it's awful. Like I mean, I know because I used to be like that too, but now that I know better, I immediately want to be like, you can get Anchor Concentrate and clean your whole house and not have to worry about suffering, right? Like afterwards. And it just made me feel like this is why we're doing what we're doing, because we have got to get this information. This stuff works. This stuff works. It's legit. It's scientifically backed. It is safer. It's healthier, especially now, especially because of all of this going on. And we're still in it. I feel like our society is kind of getting into a new normal, but we for sure are still dealing with the effects of all of this, of the world shutting down. And it is time to switch it up. It's time to do different things and research everything. Research everything you put in your body, research everything you use in your home. We can absolutely reduce our toxic load, and we will feel better. I know I have. I know Lear has, and and you ladies that are just kind of jumping on this like oil journey, you're going to look back and be like, wow, like it truly does make a difference in the quality of life even. So I would say share away. If you have people in your life that have something, everyone has something going on, right? Teens in your life, I feel like this is such an invaluable gift to give to people, and you don't have to give all your stuff away. You can just direct them to us and we can send samples and get people going. But I'm feeling extremely passionate, especially today, because of the things I hear in public and knowing what we've established here and how we're using these amazing oils and products to be super healthy, the healthiest ever. And I know it's working because I haven't been sick in over 3 years, like nothing. If I feel something coming on, I will go to my stuff. I'll use my oils, I'll douse myself, I'll diffuse, and I'm fine. But I haven't even had to do that in months. I was going to the grocery store and I would come home, my throat would feel a little bit icky. And so I'd do all my stuff and I was fine, but I'm fine. Like literally zero. I don't even have a stuffy nose. I don't have a runny nose. I have nothing. I used to have debilitating allergies, migraines, digestive issues, rashes, and that's my body. That was my body's way of reacting. So like we were talking about as we started off, our body will react. And it's so nice having like zero reactions. It's so nice feeling and knowing my body is in equilibrium, and these oils are helping to support all the systems to keep everything flowing nicely, whether it's here or physical or whatever. Like I'm just super pumped up about it, about getting this stuff into more homes. And just a quick thing, I know the economy is really, really bad, but I was telling Erin, I was hearing reports, doTERRA sales were up 14% this July compared to last July, and that is during this time frame. So that tells you something. Our mentors are blown away. They're like, we have surpassed sales. We can't even believe it, but this is a good thing. Word is out, and people are starting to be open more to this lifestyle. So that's my spiel, you guys.
I also forgot to tell you that since I started the LLV, well, prior to starting the LLV, I have super food sensitivities. A lot I didn't even know what they were. Starting on the LLV, I've had none.
Wow. Good.
Just in suspense. That I would have facial swelling.
What? For what? Like, tell us some stories. Like, what caused you this?
So, like, I don't know. Sometimes after eating spaghetti, cabbage. I ate coleslaw the other day and didn't have a reaction.
Good.
Eating apples or cherries, I would get sores in my mouth. I haven't had those recently. But my biggest reaction that I would know that I was ate something wrong was this lymph node in your sublingual gland would swell up.
Yeah.
I would wake up and my face would be swollen, my lymph nodes around my ears, and then this gland right here. It would look like I was like a chipmunk.
Wow.
Since I started the LLV, I haven't had any of that.
That's awesome.
I haven't taken any Benadryl. I haven't taken any of the Zyrtec or Allegra or Zizal that I was having to take along with my essential oils to help counteract this reaction. It was like right at the beginning we started these Zoom meetings, I was having those because one day I woke up, Monica, and I told you my face was swollen. And I was in the shower and I was doing the deep blue rub and everything. And then I started the LLV. Haven't had it.
I'm not surprised. those little pills, they're amazing. They truly do take care of a lot.
But it's really weird is that it has Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and broccoli, and all of those foods give me reactions.
But in the form, though, like in
the
form, that's why. And you're still getting all those benefits of all those green leafy vegetables. This is great. Yep. Yeah, we love our vitamins, our supplements, and it is doTERRA's #1 product for a reason. Like I said, a lot of people, get hooked on them, and they're like, "This is the best supplements I've ever had," and I can say the same. To me, I feel like every time I work with a new client, and if I do like a lifestyle overview, that is the very first thing that we're putting on. Start on those and then incorporate the oils, because it's just going to help you. It's going to help get your body to a point. Your body is stabilizing, you're balancing out. Everything is kind of falling into place, and you're not going to have any of that anymore. I want to tell you too, I'm glad you told me about the movement, because after that, about 2 days after that Zoom call, I remember it was like one of our first ones, I woke up and I had one of these lymph nodes right here. It was real, like to the touch. So then I put some oils and I was just like move like Leanne said. And I'm telling you what, like a couple hours later, nothing. It was like, I couldn't even touch it. I was like, ow, it was swollen. And whatever it was, a blockage just washed away. And so thank you for that. Thanks for that lymphatic system tip, right? We got to move everything all the time, even inside, the stuff that you can see. But that's awesome. What a testimony to those amazing oils. Amazing, because the oils are in the supplements. That's why they're so powerful. But yeah, that's great, Liren.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I would be too. You look lighter. You look glowing.
I came on with a migraine, actually.
You did?
I did. And I rolled my past tense on, and Callie said I stunk. And then I took my lemon, lavender, and peppermint beforehand, and then did the breathe. So.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah.
You might want to hear that, Amy. So I was talking to Amy earlier about headaches, right? So most people get relief from using peppermint oil, but if you don't, we got to try some new stuff. She had Melissa oil. I was like, put Melissa oil there. I don't know. I'm just looking for any excuse to use Melissa oil. But there's, like Liren just showed, there's breathe, there's past tense, there's so many other ones, because all of us are different. Chemically, we're all different, and they're going to affect us differently too. So it's important to, if peppermint's not working, try something else. There's so many options. That's why this month, all of those oils they all are meant for focus and attention, but they all are different. They're made up of completely different oils and still work for the same goal, and that's to get us focused be able to stay on task, which is very hard to do.
So this might sound weird, but I read Digestin helps decrease sinus congestion.
I believe it.
So I actually put it on my nose one day, but that was all I had, and it did help. Wintergreen helps.
Because it has all the menthol and the peppermint is in the Digestin, and yeah, that makes sense. And then the caraway. So I was reading earlier how great that is for our brain function. It's like these oils are just amazing, you guys. They do it all. Like, right? They check off all the boxes, being emotional, whatever is going on, and they're all working like together. They're working as a team so that we feel better and smell good. Smells so super good. I'm still thinking about that island mint earlier. Maybe.
That smells really good.
It is one of the best ones I've ever smelled. Like, I was rubbing it in my nose. I was like, I am in love. It's a good one. Thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Okay, ladies, do we have any more? I think that's it. We should probably, let's start our A to Z maybe next week. So we have some more ideas for these calls, and continue to go on East Coast Oil Girls Facebook group as we're going to get more active on there. And the goal is to have that be a wealth of information, so that when people are looking for things, so that's what we do with our community too. If we're going through something or someone comes to us and asks us a question, we just go there, search whatever you're looking for, and then see what the suggestions are. It's nice to have so many different testimonials. So you can try one. If it doesn't work for you, let's try what this other person said. And this is how we do it. We're continuously sharing our stories, sharing our testimonies, and helping everyone along the way. So I'm excited for this to continue. And thank you, ladies, for joining and tuning in and supporting always. And if that's it, I think we'll end it until next week.
Digestive health next week.
What'd you say, Leanne?
Digestive health next week.
Digestive health. Okay.
So we'll talk all night long about digestives.
Yeah. That's good. I want to learn more about that Terrazyme. I keep hearing about that too.
Oh, let me tell you. Phenomenal.
Really? Okay, we'll wait till next week. So we have something to talk about next week.
Okay.
All right, ladies, as always, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next week where we talk about digestive health and more.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye. Bye.